It's time for April favorites, and I know I was out of commission for most of March and April, so I've got some March favorites and some April favorites in here. And part of this video, I just wanted to talk to you guys about why I was gone and the ins and outs of my whole emotional roller coaster and what happened with that. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put that at the beginning or the end, and I think I'm going to just do the favorites at the beginning and put just kind of my personal stuff at the end, because I know some of you may just want to hear the favorites. So if you want to hear more about just why I've been gone until recently and what's been going on with me, stay tuned until the end. If you are only concerned with the favorites, you can just watch the beginning part and that will be just the favorites. So it's more limited this month than usual because I have been out of commission for a while and I just have the consistent things I've been liking the most. First things first, if you like just realistic, everyday beauty, lifestyle, that kind of thing, that is what my channel is all about. So if you have not hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hate to be repetitive about that notification bell. I used to not say it ever, but we have to now because that's just how YouTube is. If you see that notification bell, make sure it's got the little brackets around it to where it looks like, you know, it's kind of ringing. That means you will be notified every time I upload, or you should be. So make sure that notification bell is hit. That's it. That's all I'll say about that. First product is IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Gel Lotion. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. I know a lot of you with drier skin like the Confidence in a Cream a lot. I have oily combination skin and I am in my mid-40s. I live in a really hot and humid climate. It's getting hot and humid already. The video that I had up right before this was filmed back in March before it started getting really hot and humid here. This is so great at hydrating the face and not feeling heavy and not increasing the shine during the day. It's Hydra plumping, skin transforming, weightless, and it's oil free for all skin types. That's what it says. They did send this to me. I'm not biased in any way. You guys know I'm always honest, no matter if somebody sends me something or not. It says it helps smooth the appearance of lines, leaving your skin looking radiant and primed for makeup application. It has ceramides, glycerin, cactus flower extract, and a water gel complex, and it is oil free. I have been loving this. You know, I use my Paula's Choice sunscreen. I'll link that down below too. Everything that I talk about here, I will link down below, including my jewelry and everything. You know, I always do that for you guys. Because I wear an SPF every day, I do wear my Paula's Choice sunscreen, and it is a sunscreen and moisturizer, but if I feel like I need a little bit more, or if I'm not going outside at all, or if I'm just doing my makeup for nighttime, this is what I am wearing. I usually use my Drunk Elephant Protini Polypeptide at night because it's a little bit more nourishing feeling, but this is so great for daytime when it is hot outside, when you want something a little bit lighter or just kind of that light gel-like consistency. Highly recommend if you have a similar skin type, if you are wanting something that is not going to make you feel greasy or heavy. Really, really good. Can you tell? I mean, can you tell that I really like this? Because I do. Okay, staying on the skincare track, I mean, I really don't have a ton of stuff here just because I was pretty darn picky during this point in time. This is body skincare. This is the Neutrogena Hydra Boost Whipped Body Balm and the Body Gel Cream. Both of these are supposed to be for dry skin. Okay, so something you need to know about me is that I moisturize my entire body and my face, everything. When my 14-year-old daughter, Brooke, some of you have seen her pop on my channel before, when she found out that I moisturized my whole body, it just blew her mind. She can't imagine doing that. She would walk around without putting lotion on forever if she could. I can't stand feeling dry in any capacity, but sometimes lotion is too greasy or too heavy, or it smells too much, especially in the summertime when it starts getting a little hot. Guys, this is so good and light. You know that feeling when you actually go ahead and put your lotion on right after you get out of the shower, and it glides on so quickly and easily, and your skin just absorbs all the moisture from your shower and feels so good. Yeah, well, I rarely do that because I typically do my face stuff first, and then by the time I go in with my lotion, it's a little harder to spread, and then your skin has lost all that hydration from the shower. Both of these, okay, this is the gel in the tub, and this is the lotion in the pump dispenser. The gel in the tub has a really light, kind of oceany, really faint scent. The lotion doesn't have a scent at all. I wonder if it actually says. It is fragrance free. They both have hyaluronic acid in them, and the tub says it's a whipped body balm, and it is. I can't get over how my skin feels. Okay, so I was going in a direction a while ago. How your skin feels when you get out of the shower, that is how these glide onto the skin, and it's how they make your skin feel. Just like you were putting on a lotion after you got out of the shower, and they're almost cooling in a way. I don't know, they glide on effortlessly, they hydrate. It's like you can tell there's hyaluronic acid in them and water. All I know is that my skin stays really hydrated with these products. I have a couple of dry areas around my torso, kind of under the boob area, that kind of flare up if I don't use the right things or if I don't use a special product. Never has it flared up when I've been using these. I can't rave enough about both of these. And you're gonna ask me, I know somebody's gonna ask me which one I like more. I actually like this one a little bit more because my skin is pretty dry on my body, and so this one hydrates a tad bit more, and it's a little bit more silky, but for convenience, I like having a pump. So I really just like having them both. And I do like the clean, fresh scent of this. It is not overpowering, but if you want something fragrance free, this one's good. So they both have pluses. I really like them. They're drugstore, they're Neutrogena, really, really great products. So glad I discovered these. So glad. Okay, sticking with skincare. Drunk Elephant sent me the Littles set right before my dad got sick and I had to go stay with my mom. And I talked about this in my Sephora recommendations video. Is this gonna go up while that sale is still going on? If so, I'll link that video down below. Anyway, this set, I thought, oh, okay, great, you know, sample sizes. But I threw this in my bag and traveled with it. Actually, I was pretty much staying with her. And I came back home twice to get clothes and just, you know, because I needed to be here a couple times for the kids and all. I'll talk more about that at the end of the video. This saved me. This has everything you need in it for a great skincare routine and to really be able to try out Drunk Elephant products. Now, I don't have all the products in here anymore because I did finally run out of some of them, and a couple of them are in another bag now just because, I don't know, I did some transferring. And anyway, it's great. If you want to try out Drunk Elephant products, this is a great way to try out their products. You get really everything you need for a great anti-aging, skin transformative routine in this cute little pouch that you can reuse. It's cost effective if you want to try out Drunk Elephant products. I know a lot of you have been curious about them, and they come out with several sets that I think are really great because I think they realize not everybody can just go buy a full size of one of their products without trying them first. Although Sephora gives samples, I don't feel like it's ever enough to really tell what the products are going to do. I mean, they can't give you that much product, but Drunk Elephant can. And I think it's great that they do because I am one that really sees a difference with their products. So I think this is a great way to try their products, or if you like them already, to get sample sizes and they're airtight and everything. So yes, have loved this. I have a video that is coming out, my next video, I do believe, and it should be Thursday, is going to be on just habits that have made a huge difference for me and that are making a huge difference for me. Gosh, what just happened to my light? Hang on one second. Is that a little bit better? I feel like it got really sunny all of a sudden. So part of that video is including some supplements that I've started taking, vitamins, that have made a huge difference for me. I feel like I'm overly enthusiastic about some of these products, but I mean, it's been a couple months that I have been using a lot of this, and I really was only including things that I feel super strongly about in this video, and Hum Nutrition is one of them. So I have several bottles here that I've been taking. I am not a person that takes just one multivitamin. I never have been, because I don't know, I like to customize things. And anyway, this is a brand that has allowed me to do that effectively. They're not pricey, and if you do it on auto ship, you get a big discount. Anyway, I have 6 here. The packaging's really cute, and I don't know if you're like me, sometimes packaging helps me remember to take things. I don't know. With everything that's been going on in my life for the past year, to be consistent with anything for the past few months, especially the past 2 months, is saying a lot. And I've noticed a difference in the way I feel and the way I'm sleeping, my energy during the day. Anyway, I'm gonna go into that in next week's video or this week's video. But yeah, these are just some of the supplements. Here Comes the Sun, which is D3. Pretty much everybody's lacking in D3. Uber Energy, Ripped Rooster, The Big Chill, OMG, which is their omega-3 supplement, and Base Control, which is just their kind of all-in-one. There are some other ones that they've sent that I've enjoyed and that I will reincorporate. I'm going to go into more detail in that video, but I've been loving these for, it might even be 3 months. And I have, you know, next month's shipment waiting for me in there. You don't have to do auto ship. Let me know below if you have tried Hum Nutrition or if you've been able to stay consistent with any kind of vitamins or supplements or anything like that. I had zero desire to try this next product until I saw Angie Hot and Flashy's video, and I don't know which video it was, but she talked about this specific shade, and the last time I checked on Sephora, it was sold out, but they did have the other shades, and I would buy other shades in this Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. So the packaging, it's kind of reminiscent of the Clinique Cheek Pops, is that what those are called, with the acrylic packaging? I love that. I love the packaging. Anyway, this is Seychelles. It's such a great neutral flushed shade. It's not overpowering. It's really beautiful. But yeah, the blush is just really silky. It looks like nothing on the finger, but when you swatch it, you can definitely see that there's pigment there. I mean, look at that, and look at how smooth it is. I feel like you never see that with blush swatches. So pretty. It just wears really well. It wears well throughout the entire day, and I've really been loving it. So I had to share that with you. And what I have on my nails today is a combination of 2 things, and it really shouldn't be, but I'm going to tell you why. So Sally Hansen Insta Dry and Buff and Tumble is a product that I saw on my friend Risa Does Makeup's channel. She liked this because it's a great one and done color if you need something really quickly to get out the door. You know, let's say you're going to a party or something, your nails aren't done, and you just need to slap on color, and you need it to dry and look good. This is great. So I needed something like that over the past couple months. This has been wonderful, and it's the perfect nude shade. I mean, look, it's not too brown, it's not too nude, it's not too pink, it's just not too anything, right? You can do 1 coat. It's a little bit thin looking. If you have ridged nails, you could probably see the ridges through it. And I find that if I do 1 coat, the tips wear away pretty quickly, but it does dry really, really hard, and it dries pretty fast. So you could do 1 coat and get out the door, and you could probably get away with like a night. But if you try to go 2 days, it doesn't really work that well. So if I know I need something for, say, a weekend, like today, I put this on this morning and I need it through tomorrow night, but not much longer than that, I will put on 2 coats of this. But what happens is when you put on 2 coats, it doesn't dry nearly as fast, but it looks really good. So you just need to give extra drying time, and then it doesn't become as instantly drying as it does with 1 coat. So I've been topping that 2nd coat with the Orly Second Dry, and it works really well. So if I do 2 coats of this, I use this. I've been using this on top of manicures anyway, and it does work really, really well to help you get out the door pretty quickly. So I've been loving this as just a quick neutral for different reasons, and this is a great quick dry top coat if you need to get out the door fast. So yes. Last product, I already raved about it in that Sephora video. This is the Marc Jacobs The Bronze Brush. I hate to rave about such an expensive product, but it's so good. It is so fluffy and dense and soft. I resisted purchasing this for so long because I thought, what difference does a bronzer brush make? Do I really need... I can't tell you what made me cave, but I'm so glad I did. It's so nice. It disperses the product beautifully onto the face. It's so soft. I look forward to using this brush every day. I really do. I know I need to wash it. It's so beautiful. It's a really, really great brush if you don't want to have to struggle with your bronzer, if you don't want it to ever be patchy, and you just want it to look beautiful all the time. Okay, so I am not one that likes to cry or tear up in a public place. So that does include video. So if that happens, I am probably going to just shut the video camera off because it just makes me very uncomfortable. I just don't like that, and I get uncomfortable when I watch people do that as well. So just bear with me. I'm gonna talk about this as best as I can and as comfortably as I can. This is just kind of foreign to me because I don't typically get super, super personal on my channel. I've talked about things like this on my Instagram stories. So those of you who follow me over there do know what's been going on for the most part. I guess kind of a bigger picture. But this whole month and a half has just been a fog to me. But just to give you kind of an overview of everything or a quick snapshot, and even though I posted, you know, about my dad getting sick and about his passing, you didn't really have the full picture of what happened. And that's really not the whole thing I want to talk about here. I really want to talk about kind of just the last year in general with me and everything. I just filmed this whole long story about my dad, and then I just realized it's too much. I can't say all that. The long story short is that my dad always was a strong guy. He was 6 feet tall. You know, he was an athlete. He had that football build until he had his esophageal cancer 10 years ago. And ever since then, he wasn't able to eat well. He developed over the past few years AFib, COPD, CHF, and you know, he was really weak. Over the past year, he ended up weighing at one point 135 pounds. He couldn't eat the way he used to. Throughout his life, he took a lot of joy in food, just in cooking for people and deriving these recipes, you know, his little concoctions. And he couldn't do that anymore. And he decided he wanted to have the gallbladder surgery in a last-ditch effort to feel better. The surgery did not go as planned with the anesthesia. That was not anybody's fault, but he just was so weak he couldn't wake up from it. It was just his body was so weak. And then he ended up to get stronger going into a rehab facility where they failed to give him his Lasix for his AFib for 2 days. And that's kind of where everything went wrong. His whole body, just over the course of, I don't know, a week and a half, my time frame might be messed up, failed. And basically, in a nutshell, he was so sick that it was the choice of him being bedbound and being taken care of in a home for the rest of his life or going home on hospice. And fortunately, the pulmonologist was able to ask him what he wanted, and he didn't want to live like he was living in the hospital. I mean, he couldn't do anything for himself. It was awful. It was awful. You know, it wasn't anything we were expecting. It's not like my dad had this illness. It was a sudden thing within a span of 2 weeks. You know, he was at our house the day before the surgery and everything was fine. You know, you just really never know the twists and turns that life can take. The past year has been really rough on my mom because they live an hour away. My dad being 81, progressively getting weaker and weaker and having to go to and from doctor's appointments. It was just really hard on her, and it was a struggle for me because we're an hour away. We have kids and jobs and obligations, and it was just very difficult. You know, I kind of feel like ever since my dad passed, I don't know, just kind of been in a fog, and I worry about my mom. You know, she's by herself, and, you know, stayed with her as long as I could until I had to get back to my real life. I've been in these situations several times now where I've felt a big loss, or I've been, you know, part of a big loss, but I've also been a supporter of someone else who's more directly involved with it, I guess is the way to put it. So sometimes you wonder if when you're trying to be strong for someone else, if you process things the way you're supposed to. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure a lot of you probably can identify with that. You know, a lot of us here on YouTube, we have a lot of things that are going on in our lives, and you guys just see little snapshots. I want to thank all of you who have just been so supportive throughout everything that was going on with my family. I cannot tell you how much it means to me. I know it seems so strange to say that when, you know, we don't know each other personally, but I feel like I do know all of you personally. We communicate in the comments and we communicate in direct messages, and it means something to me. I would not have this channel, this forum, if it wasn't for you guys, and just all the kind words that you've sent me have meant the world to me. You just have no idea. And you've shared your own stories of grief and of loss with me, and that it means a lot. Ironically enough, for the first time, I'm in a better place. I don't know why. I just feel like sometimes a big event, whether it's a death or something like that, really puts things into perspective. And I really do feel like it has. It brought me back to why I started YouTube in the first place. A lot of it was because, you know, Brooke, and I've told that story in one of my other videos, but a major reason why I started YouTube is because of a death in our family. You know, my brother-in-law, who was 45 years old, died within a 3-month period of time of a very rare form of cancer, and it affected our whole entire family. It was just a horrible, devastating event. It was that moment where I decided I needed to get out of the job that I was in because it was miserable and life was too short. And that was right around the time Brooke was trying to convince me to do YouTube, and I wanted to, but I was scared. And that was when I thought, you know what? Life's too short. I need to do what I want to do, and if I fail, so what? And that was just kind of my whole mindset. And this with my dad, after he passed, it kind of brought me back to that same mindset. I feel like big life events just put things into perspective. Life is short. Make the most of it. Get things right. If you're having issues with a friend, remedy it, make it right. Do what you can. Just make the most of the time that you have, because you don't know how long you're gonna have. You really don't. And it's scary. It's scary. Things can happen in an instant. I'm by no means perfect, and my year has not been great, but I just want to make videos and have my community here and have fun doing it. So that's it. I just wanted to kind of bring it back home and, you know, revisit why I started YouTube and taking it back to what matters most, and that's doing what you love, being there for your friends and your family. And that is what I intend to do, is do what I love, be there for my family and my friends. So I have no idea if I just rambled all over the place. I'm sure I did. I'm sorry, guys. That was a lot. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the favorites. Again, thank you guys so much for always being there and being understanding and being so great and supportive. And thank you for listening to all that rambling that I just did. I have no idea what just came out of my mouth, but thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the favorites, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.